Welcome everyone in another tutorial video about Fireball, and I'm Fury22, and this is the design2us.com website that you should definitely check out with our tutorials. And yeah, subscribe my channel and let's get into this. On the last video we stopped on attaching the Fireball to player's hand, and we actually created fire request function that is being called when we press the button of the mouse. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I highly recommend you to go and do this because this is very important now. Those things I'm doing now is something you won't understand if you did not check my previous videos. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna create our own bullet code for the Fireball. So what we can do, we're gonna go to CMake lists and find our Fireball. In this case, this bullet will be quite small. So we could do. Oh no, we can actually. Okay, we're gonna do both of those things, CPP and H. And spells Fireball. Or we can just call it let's say spell bullet. Yeah, let's go spell bullet. I can do Fireball bullet, but when I create spell bullet, it's gonna be able to choose which kind of spell is using this bullet. So that's gonna be quite cool. And I just have to. Oh shit! Happens when you party naked. Okay. Here, code, entities, gameplay, and spells. Obviously, Fireball. Just two things here. We're gonna just create. How was it called? Spell bullet. .cpp. Yeah. Sure. And spell bullet.h. Fine. Spell bullet. Okay. Now we're gonna just try to build a solution and reload the solution once it asks us for this. And as you can see, spell bullets is just here. So what we're gonna do here is just copy this because why not? Or wait, yeah. So we're gonna use bullet from the CRYENGINE to create our code simply. So spell bullet, we're gonna paste it in here. Remove this comment here. We're gonna call it fuck that. I need to know even. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna change C bullet to C spell bullet. Bullet. Okay, fine. That is done. Do you need anything else here? What we're gonna need in the CPP though is, and we can also just copy this and paste, but okay, we can do, but we won't. Okay, because it's slightly more complicated than weapon itself. Include standard. Include obviously spam bullet itself, and we have to also include the game plugin. And what do they have also? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Registrator, that what we have to do as well. This is not something we need so bad, but okay, geometry and all this stuff can be removed from here. Only thing you need is those two. Oh shit happens. Yep, that's it. Move it from here. And so here we're gonna say have C bullet changed into C spell bullet. That's all we need. And also here spell bullet. That's it. I'm gonna put it on the other screen and help myself with it. So here in spell bullet.h we have three functions that are calling on us, saying that they are not they don't have any they don't have any definition. There are ones obviously they already have here. So what is very important here on post initializing this, we have to have a collision of the bullet. We want this bullet to hit something or and bounce around, or we want this to hit someone and push him away, or whatever. We want to have any collision, appear or be logged at all. So the way to do this is go pgame object, enable physic event true, because you enable this, and there is some flag EEPE on collision logged, and now we're gonna have constant integer required events, and it's gonna be EGFE on collision, right? And what else? pgame object and pgame object on register extreme events this null 0. pgame object shit. It's something's wrong in here. Register events. Oh yeah, I see what is wrong in here. Was in the end of the day, this is RI. So yeah, no. Okay. Obviously, this is our bullet, which is obviously the fireball. Obviously this bullet is gonna be created for each spell that you want to make, but in this case we're gonna focus on the fireball. You want to have something that will be colliding with the environment, and the way to do this is what we're gonna do actually is we're going to create a we're going to create how can I say this, a model that is having opacity 0, which is gonna be just a proxy. It's gonna collide with the game world, but it's not going to be visible at all. On the beginning it's gonna be visible, but later we're gonna just remove this. So load mesh slot 0, and here we're gonna go with objects default primitive sphere small CGF. Right, that's pretty much enough. Oh wait, let's do it differently. Let's do it like the Crytek did. Primitive sphere. Yep. Capital. Okay. This is the object that is already in CRYENGINE, included in every single template. So don't be worried about this. What we're going to do next is we're going to give it some material. So auto bullet material. Oh, let's call it P material. I'm using Crytek's material because, you know, this is C++ mostly. Tutorial. So what this does is pretty much we are giving this sphere, we are giving it some material, basic material. The reason why we're doing this, we don't have to. The reason why I'm doing this is because if you don't assign any new material when you spawn it, then getting or working on the material, it requires one more thing to access this material, because you have to get static object, blah blah blah, stuff like this. So this is safer way to do this. So later we're gonna just simply physicalize it. Yeah. And then we're gonna set view distance, and then impulse is gonna be applied to this. It's not a big deal. Impulse will be later, attached later. For now, what we're going to do, we're gonna grab the event, and we're gonna go. Okay, for now, I'll leave it for now. Physicalizing this. Well, how Crytek did this, Crytek actually grabbed this bullet and had it PE rigid, made it rigid body, where we are not going to do this, because if you do this, then whatever you hit, if you hit the living entity or other players, is gonna go through them. So for the bullets, the right way to do this is to use simply a PE particle. And just give me a second. Once again, I'm gonna grab my code and jump in here with this. Okay, I got it. So now, okay, we're gonna just take this impulse away from here. We're gonna physicalize it and straight away attach some speed to this. PE params particle params, let's say params flags okay. Its mass So let's do 0.1 kilo, or let's do 1 kilo. Yeah, 1F. That's it. Let's go around further away. Size. Well, in this case, size. Yeah, let's do just 1F. Okay. Wait a second. Size should be, I think. It's flawed as well. Okay. This is size. Okay. And params. Thickness. Params. This is something that you should actually work with, because gravity, how much gravity works, this thickness of this is parameters for your bullets. You may want to have heavier or lighter bullets. This is very interesting. Air resistance and velocity. This is something interesting because this is actually speed that this bullet will be heading with. And so we're gonna go the 300, let's say. I don't know, that might be alright. Oh no, let's go slightly, maybe 10 for now. Because we may not see this bullet at all and we won't be able to check it. So heading, this is the direction that this is having. So now it's just something that, well, we just, first of all, we're just gonna get NTT, get forward direction params. Oh, sorry, not anymore. Now as NTT physicalize params, physic params. Now params particle. Oh, sorry, it should be physic params particle. Params, and now physic params type PE particle, right? And now get entity physicalize it params, physicalize params. Yep. So this should actually shoot out the bullet, or actually, spam the bullet. So we got our fireball. When we request fire, we want to spam this bullet, right? So once again, we're gonna go to Crytek's code. They have refill code, yeah, and they have this request fire, and what it does pretty much, it just grabs the bullet and spam this bullet. And the only difference is that we're going to with our fireball, we're going to just use something different. Okay, so we want spell bullet in here, right? Because it's being in its name over here. So spell bullet, blah blah blah. Scale of this, since we are using sphere, and this is it's a quite big object, so the way we're gonna do this is, you see in the refill they have scale of 0.05, and we're gonna use it as well, so it's gonna be just small here. That's it. And in the end, it spawns the entity itself. Blah blah blah. Done. Now we're just gonna see what happens, if it crashes our game or if it doesn't crash our game, or maybe we did something wrong, maybe I forgot about something. You never know. Blah, 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 start the game. So as you can see, my bullets are being shot out. I know the direction is somehow weird, but we can fix it very easily. So I would just say that we should mostly focus on something that is really important. And what is important here is bullet physics is quite, yeah, it's being quite, let's go with the 10 here, and let's see what happens now. Its mass should be slightly bigger, so it shouldn't be going that far away. I mean, like, it shouldn't be going upwards all the time. Let's shoot out. See, it still does, so that's weird. See, once again, we got thickness, gravity. Let's go with the 100 mass. I don't clearly remember what mass I used in my game. I'm gonna check this out in a while, because this parameters, you should be aware that you should check those parameters yourself. Just gonna go to my game and see the bullet. Yeah, I see where it is, so give me a moment as well. Here and scripts of mine. So it's like, okay, it's here. Okay, I found that. So the gravity we could do like 10 F. Not sure though. You can just, experiment with those values over here. I'm sure there's a lot into this that you can work out. You can create some cool physics for it. Just giving you tutorials. Holy shit, that's going upwards. Okay, so that should be cool. This should be good. Let's give it -10 of the gravity. So okay, let's leave it like this. We have this fireball being shot like this. See, they are over here. Great. Though we have to do something else. We want this fireball to actually look like a fireball, right? So, as you remember, we have this attaching thing over here. This attaches effect, and we're gonna use exactly the same effect. You can create any other effect you want, obviously, but I'm gonna just use the same effect because I can. Yeah. What it does? Okay, it was particle over here. It's missing. Include particle system. My particles. No, it's gonna load the same effect like we did in the fireball that our player is having in his hand. So let's see what happens now. Let's see if our our spell bullet, let's call it, is actually working. Okay, Something is wrong in here. It's okay. Let's maybe try to. Okay, I see. It's because I'm actually doing some experiments on you guys when I'm doing this tutorial. This is like I'm doing this slightly different than I would do myself on or what I did for my game. Okay. I'm just gonna see if this can work like that without mesh at all. It's probably not gonna be colliding with anything, but you know, the way I did it in my game, slightly different, slightly more complicated, but I want to keep it simple. That's why. All right. So as I don't know why, but I asked people on forum, but they couldn't find what is wrong with this. I found out that attaching this particle emitters to the moving objects is not working at all. And the reason why is obviously I fucking have no idea. Absolutely no idea why. But once those, you know, once those elements that we want to attach particle emitters to, they move, then it's like, you see, nothing happens. The way I did it in my game, I created something that is like the particle entity itself. The way it works is, but the bullet itself. Oh, wait a second, I'm just gonna check something. Params. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Although I can check it once again here. Physic params. See, there is no way to attach this effect like this. The way I did it in my game, I'm just gonna show you this. I created something that is, I created another entity, right? I know it's not really probably not the best way to do this, but it seems like this is the only way to do this because I couldn't find any solution for that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our project, go to code, entities, gameplay, weapons. Oh, sorry, not weapons, spells, and we're gonna create another entity. This time it's gonna be just .h file. It's gonna be a particle entity .h, and you're gonna see in a while why I'm doing this, because this, once you attach particle to this to certain entity, it does not have physics. It loses all physics, it disappears, it does not work at all. Which is fucked up, I know, but I didn't find any solution. So we're gonna grab this, put it here. I'm gonna call it particle entity. We already have this file over there, so we're gonna just build a solution. Reload the solution once again. This is gonna be the last video of all, I guess. So it's half an hour. It takes half an hour at the moment. So let's do it a little bit longer. So yeah, we have this particle entity, and let's call it. Fucking hell! I don't see my keyboard. Particle entity. And what we're gonna do with this? We're not gonna physicalize it. Do we have to physicalize it? Just let me check that. Let me check that. Just give me a second. Crytek. Just a little bit longer. Just give me a second here. Okay, I remember what was that. Yeah. What I actually do is I'm gonna take this all away from here. Just post initialize. Create particle entity. Oh, sorry, no. I'm fucked up. There's no file like this. Cancel this. Okay, we have post initialize function. What we're gonna do here, we don't need a CPP file for this because this is gonna be tiny function. Post initializing this, what we have to do is you're gonna get wait, the fuck, this is gonna take longer than I thought. I thought Crytek fixed that, but they didn't, and now it's really fucked up. Yeah. So let's do this. The particle entity reason of existence is pretty much like being the particle itself. So post initialize, it's pretty much like I don't fucking need this. But what I'm gonna do is virtual. Oh no, actually I can do this. Okay, let's do have this. Shit, that's taking long. Fireball. This is the effect emitter that is being attached to this. Okay. Particle system. Okay, so fireball, blah blah blah. This is effect that is gonna be attached to this entity itself from the beginning. But what we need also is a void that will be this will be pretty much like oh no, sorry, we don't need this. Okay, this is all we need. This is gonna be just the emitter itself, nothing else at all. And now we're gonna use this is our bullet that works, and it has the sphere. So once it's before actually it's been shot out from the player, we're gonna get we're gonna spawn the new entity spam params spawn params class. Okay, I'm gonna do it quicker from here. I'm just gonna copy all of this from the fireball, paste it in here, separate it, and this is gonna get the spell bullet.h, which oh shit, I'm gonna have to get it. Okay, it's a particle entity. Yep. Well, but the position and rotation doesn't really matter here. Also, this doesn't matter. Only what matters is here. INTT P particle. So if P particle, if the entity is found and is spammed, then we're gonna get entity, which is our bullet itself, attach child, and we're gonna attach P particle entity. That's what you need to do to have this entity. So, but the thing you have to do here, you have to include also the game plugin, not H. I'm just gonna build it to see if this has anything. Yeah, that's what I thought. It has something. Oh, wait a second. Why the fuck? This error should not appear. I guess CRYENGINE was, or Sandbox is being. No, Sandbox is not. Okay, so not sure why this is being called though. Well, that's actually fucking, that's weird. I'm getting a lot of what the fucks in my recent tutorials. Haven't been doing those for a while, and now I'm pretty messed up. Fucking hell. Come on. Oh shit. That shouldn't be happening at all. Oh shit. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just create another fucking no, here. It's CPP test. We're gonna create. In the end of the day, I thought I'm not gonna have to, but it seems like I do have to, which I didn't have to in my project, but here I seems like I have to. This our particle fucking entity. Particle entity CPP and H. Okay, we have those two files, but we have to register them here. So particle entity dot H and also particle entity dot CPP. Okay, is this fine for you, motherfucker? now we're reloading this. I have this particle entity CPP. Take this away from here. Okay, now here. The thing about it is we need standard fx, obviously. So I'm gonna include std. We need to also include particle system, and we need to include game plugin. See what it does now. If it crashes, then yeah, it works. So we need to register this entity like before, like every fucking time you have to register this entity this way. Sorry, with the object of the. Okay, so fucking hell, just swap those names. Spell C spell. We're gonna swap it into C particle entity. Bang, that's it. C particle entity. That's fucked up. Really fucked up. Okay, it's done. It's being registered. Now, finally, we can do. I know it's being long and it's being fucked up. I fucked up this tutorials, but in the end of the day, effect will be alright. So this entity is registered now. I forgot about this registration process. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm ill. Yeah, so now it spawns it and it attaches that. So let's see what happens. Start the game. Bang, as you can see, our stuff works. Our fireball being shot out. Yeah, so we want this sphere. I know it's not visible, but we want to make it even more invisible. Like, obviously, yeah. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get this material. Happy material float, and it's gonna be opacity and opacity and false. So here, float opacity equals like 0.f. Okay. The way what it does is just takes this sphere and it makes it invisible, but it still has collision and all this stuff. So that's obvious, I guess. Obviously, this is the way to do it from the programming side, but normally I would just go to the 3D designing program and just create proxy, which is invisible, and go the proxy no draw, obviously. So as you can see, it has collision because it stops on the ground. Yeah, we can do like shit. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, we have our fucking fireball that is being shot out, and I'm gonna stop this video here, and in the next video, which is gonna be the last video of that for sure, we're gonna create a collision for this, so it's gonna be having this explosion effect. So see you in the next video.